All right, so we're diving deep today. Ready?
Always ready to dive in.
This time we're looking at, well, some intriguing excerpts, really, from this French text.
Ooh, French. Sounds intriguing already.
Right. It's called, for now at least, we'll call it Chacun a sa passion, which, translates roughly to everyone has their passion. But I think something gets lost in translation.
Oh, absolutely. There's a certain je ne sais quoi to French philosophy.
Exactly. It's like it just hits differently. And these excerpts, they really make you think about, like, the big stuff. Who are we? What are we doing here? All that.
Yeah, the deep questions of existence, huh?
Right. And, one thing that struck me right away is how much it focuses on how different we all are. You see this phrase, everyone has their own.
Ah,
It's like repeated over and over.
huh. Interesting. What's the effect of that, you think?
Well, to me, it's like this constant reminder, right? They were all
Yeah.
individuals, like our own unique experiences, perspectives, all that. But it goes even deeper than that.
Deeper.
Well, it gets into this, like, complexity within each person. It uses this image of emulsions.
Emulsions, like in chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. Like oil and water, they don't really mix, right?
Yeah.
It's suggesting that we're all made up of these, like, different parts.
That makes sense, right? Like, we can have conflicting desires, beliefs, parts of us that want different things.
Totally. Like, I'm always battling between, like, wanting to be spontaneous but also craving routine. It's like an internal tug of war sometimes.
Oh, I feel that. That push and pull between different parts of ourselves. It's very human, isn't it?
It is. And speaking of conflicting forces, there's this line about, like, everyone having their own boiling point.
Boiling point. Now, that's an interesting metaphor.
Right. It suggests that we all have limits, but the point at which we snap, or react, or just totally lose it,
Yeah.
that's different for each of us.
And I imagine that boiling point, it's not just random. It's got to be influenced by, well, everything we've gone through.
Right. Our experiences, the good and the bad, they shape how much we can handle, right?
Exactly. It's like our past is like forging how much heat we can withstand in the present.
Love that analogy. But then the text takes this kind of darker turn.
Oh, how so?
It talks about how everyone sows their own perdition, their own downfall, essentially. It's like this reminder that, yeah, we're individuals, but we're also responsible for our choices and what happens because of them.
Ah, that's heavy. And kind of a counterpoint to the individuality thing, right? It's like we're responsible not just to ourselves, but to others too.
Well, that's where it gets even more interesting, because then it says, others also harvest what another has sown.
So it's bringing in this interconnectedness. Our actions have ripple effects, right?
Exactly. It's like that butterfly effect thing. One small choice can have huge consequences down the line.
And not just for us, but for everyone around us too.
Wow. Makes you think, right? But then there's this final line, and this one really blew my mind. It says, order is not universal, but we cannot understand it.
Whoa, hold on. Order isn't universal. What does that even mean? Right. That's what I was wondering. Like, what does it mean for order to not be universal?
Well, I think it's challenging, this idea that there's one fixed objective order to everything, like a set of rules that applies everywhere and to everyone.
Instead, it's saying that order is, like, subjective.
Maybe, or at least beyond our current understanding, which, I mean, that's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it?
Totally. So then how are we supposed to make sense of anything?
Well, maybe that's part of the point. Maybe it's not about finding the answer, but finding our answers.
That's deep. So instead of looking for universal order, we should be asking, like, what does my order look like?
Exactly. It's an invitation to embrace the mystery, the uncertainty,
Yeah.
and maybe even to have a hand in shaping our own understanding of order.
That's a powerful thought to end on. This deep dive has been like a roller coaster, really. Individuality, responsibility, the nature of order itself.
And what I love is that it doesn't give us easy answers. It leaves us with more questions, which honestly is the best kind of deep dive. It's like it sparks this curiosity, this desire to keep exploring.
Totally. So to everyone listening, what resonated with you? What questions are you still thinking about?
Let this be the starting point for your own deep dive.
Yeah.
Keep thinking, keep questioning.
The world's a pretty mysterious place after all.
That it is. Until next time, happy exploring.